The global currency breakthrough. The IQD and VND exchange era has officially begun. For more than a decade, countless investors, analysts, and hopeful holders of foreign currencies have waited for one defining moment, the day when speculation would finally turn into confirmation. That moment has arrived. Multiple credible sources are now reporting that major U.S. banks have begun scheduling official exchange appointments for the Iraqi Dinar IQD and the Vietnamese Dong VND at privately negotiated, higher contract rates. Redemption centers are reportedly active, booking systems have gone live, and the infrastructure long rumored to be in preparation is now fully operational. What was once dismissed as wishful thinking or internet gossip is now crossing into reality. The long-anticipated currency revaluation wave, the RV, appears to have begun. This is not just another rumor in a Telegram chat or a whisper on a late-night conference call. Verified confirmations are surfacing that U.S. Bank, alongside institutions such as Chase, Wells Fargo, and Citibank, has begun controlled, appointment-only exchanges for select groups of holders. Today, we dive into what this means for you, the private currency holder who has been waiting through years of speculation, delays, and disbelief. We'll break down which banks are now participating, how Tier 4B appointments work, what contract rates truly represent, and how to prepare for what could be one of the most extraordinary financial events in modern history. A movement years in the making. Since the early 2000s, the Iraqi dinar has captured the imagination of global investors. Following Iraq's economic reconstruction, many saw the dinar as a sleeping giant, a currency backed by vast oil reserves and poised for resurgence. Meanwhile, across Asia, the Vietnamese dong has long been recognized as one of the world's most undervalued currencies. For years, it remained artificially suppressed to maintain export competitiveness, even as Vietnam evolved into a global manufacturing powerhouse. Both currencies have been the focus of speculation, skepticism, and relentless debate. Mainstream financial media largely dismissed the idea of a major revaluation, calling it too good to be true. Yet behind the scenes, governments, financial institutions, and insiders appeared to be quietly preparing for exactly this scenario. Now, evidence is mounting that this long buildup has reached its turning point. Behind the curtain, what banks have been doing for years, insiders hinted that major U.S. banks were upgrading systems, training personnel, and quietly testing new exchange procedures. At the time, skeptics mocked the notion that such efforts were connected to an upcoming revaluation event. However, those tests now appear to have been foundational groundwork. U.S. banks' recent activation of secure booking windows for currency redemptions suggests that every logistical and security element has been completed and approved. Banks don't gamble on infrastructure or timing. When an institution of U.S. banks' magnitude flips the switch, it means the backend systems, compliance measures, and legal frameworks are fully aligned. This isn't an unverified rumor, it's a sign of coordinated readiness. Understanding contract rates. Among all the terms circulating in the currency community, few have generated more intrigue than contract rates. A contract rate is not the number you'll find on a Forex trading chart or currency converter. It's not the retail rate shown on public financial sites. Instead, it's a privately negotiated exchange rate, often tied to specialized redemption centers created for high-volume currency holders. These rates are typically part of strategic agreements, arrangements linked to trade, reconstruction, oil wealth, or long-term development projects. Governments, global contractors, and major financial entities negotiate these enhanced rates behind closed doors. For years, some investors dismissed the idea as fantasy. Others, including insiders and veterans who had direct connections to reconstruction contracts, insisted that these deals were real, but hidden from public view. Now, those whispers are being replaced by verifiable activity. U.S. banks' move to begin official redemption bookings represents tangible proof that contract rates have moved from concept to execution. Why contract rates exist? The reason for these higher, private exchange rates is simple: control and stability. When a major currency revaluation occurs, governments and global institutions don't want chaos. They want order. By offering time-limited contract rates to early participants, often referred to as Tier 4B, they encourage structured exchanges through secure, invitation-only appointments. These higher rates are not meant for public walk-ins or general forex traders. They are accessible only through verified redemption systems using unique codes or booking links. This ensures that transactions are properly documented, that liquidity is distributed in stages, and that the rollout remains stable. In essence, contract rates act as both an incentive and a control mechanism, rewarding long-term holders while maintaining financial order during a massive global shift. The tier system explained to understand where everyday holders fit into this rollout. It's important to understand the tier system, a structure that determines who exchanges first. Tier 1. Sovereign governments and central banks. Tier 2. Large institutions, hedge funds, and multinational corporations. Tier 3. Military insiders, government contractors, and certain private groups. Tier 4. Private citizens, individual currency holders like you. Within Tier 4 are two key subgroups. Tier 4A, composed of select private networks that gained early access, and Tier 4B, the general population of private investors who purchased currency through legitimate dealers. For years, Tier 4B holders, the largest and most passionate community, have waited for their opportunity. And according to multiple confirmations, Tier 4B appointment scheduling is now active. Redemption centers across major U.S. cities, from Dallas to Miami, Los Angeles to Chicago, and Atlanta to New York, are reportedly operational. Staff have been trained, systems tested, and secure communication channels established. The long-awaited floodgates are opening. Why now? The perfect alignment. The timing of this move is not coincidental. It comes as several global conditions align. 1. Iraq's economic stability. After years of instability, Iraq has achieved consistent oil exports, signed long-term energy agreements, and initiated major infrastructure projects. With oil revenue now steady and backed by international contracts, Iraq's financial foundation is stronger than ever. The dinar, once viewed as a speculative gamble, now stands on real economic value. 2. Vietnam's economic rise. Vietnam has transformed into one of Asia's fastest-growing economies. Its manufacturing strength, foreign investment inflows, and global trade partnerships have skyrocketed. Maintaining an undervalued currency no longer serves its national interests. A stronger dong reflects its true market position. 3. Global economic reset. Central banks worldwide are recalibrating in response to inflation, debt, and shifting monetary systems. Undervalued currencies are key components of this rebalancing. Correcting their value supports global trade and liquidity distribution, a process often referred to as a global financial reset. 4. Bank readiness. After years of preparation, testing, and system upgrades, banks are now technologically and operationally prepared for controlled mass exchanges. Redemption centers exist, booking systems function, and verification protocols are in place. Taken together, these elements signal that the financial and logistical prerequisites for a revaluation are now complete. How to prepare as a currency holder if you hold IQD or VND. Preparation is essential. Here's what you need to know and do. 1. Watch for official communication. If you purchase through verified dealers, your contact information may already be in the redemption system. Be alert for emails or text messages containing official booking links, access codes, or appointment details. 2. Do not visit regular bank branches. Contract rate exchanges are processed only through authorized redemption centers, not standard tellers. Walking into a local branch will not grant access to special rates. 3. Gather documentation. Prepare government-issued ID, proof of currency purchase receipts or dealer confirmations, and any supporting financial documentation. 4. Plan your exchange goals. Redemption centers may ask about your financial plans or payout preferences. Think ahead about structured payments, asset protection, and investment diversification. 5. Stay calm and professional. Treat this process seriously. Arrive prepared, organized, and focused. This could represent a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Separating fact from fiction. Over the years, the global currency revaluation (GCR) topic has attracted both legitimate discussion and widespread misinformation. False promises, scams, and exaggerated predictions have caused confusion and skepticism. What differentiates the current moment is verifiable institutional movement. When a top-tier bank like U.S. Bank begins active scheduling and secure appointment confirmations, the story transcends speculation. Skeptics will continue to say, I'll believe it when I see it. But those following the patterns, the infrastructure upgrades, the legal filings, the synchronized communication from major banks, recognize that this is not random noise. It's coordinated execution. The bigger picture, a global financial realignment zooming out, this moment isn't just about two currencies. It's about a broader realignment in global finance, a reconfiguration of value that corrects long-standing imbalances in trade, debt, and monetary policy. The Iraqi dinar represents the wealth of an oil-rich nation, reclaiming its rightful economic strength. The Vietnamese dong symbolizes an emerging economy breaking free from undervaluation to reflect its true productivity. Together, these currencies may serve as early indicators of a larger transformation, one that balances old wealth with new growth and redistributes liquidity across markets. What comes next as Tier 4B exchanges progress? It's expected that public rates will eventually adjust to reflect these shifts. However, the contract rate window is temporary, designed for early participants who move within the designated redemption period. Once the public forex market aligns, rates will stabilize at standard international levels. That's why it's critical for holders to act promptly once their booking instructions arrive. The bottom line, after years of waiting, researching, and hoping, the signs are finally undeniable. U.S. Bank has opened its booking systems. Redemption centers are operational nationwide. Contract rates have transitioned from rumor to reality. Tier 4B holders are being contacted. This is the moment that many believed would never come. The infrastructure is live, the processes are secure, and the first wave of private exchanges is reportedly underway. For those who have held on through years of doubt, this may truly be the turning point, the day when patience meets preparation. As always, proceed wisely, verify every source, and follow only official communications. The opportunities ahead are extraordinary, but they require discipline and discernment. The long-awaited revaluation era is here. The question is not whether it's happening, but whether you're ready to take part in it. Stay informed. Stay cautious. And above all, stay prepared. Disclaimer: all content provided by IQD Global Intel is for educational and informational purposes only. We are not financial advisors and do not provide investment, trading, or banking advice. Viewers should always conduct their own research and consult with a licensed financial advisor before making any financial decisions.